Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another Comic Book Wednesday update. This time around, no comics, but some comic book based Blu rays. So, yeah, let's check them out today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, so starting off here, we got the latest entry from the MCU, Thor Ragnarok, which is mostly based on the Thor Ragnarok's storyline, I believe, with a smattering of Planet Hulk thrown into the mix. So I've not actually watched this yet, but everybody I've talked to says this movie is just so much freaking fun. So yeah, definitely looking forward to checking it out. Probably gonna wait till Rosie's here again, and then we'll watch it together. So very nice with the slipcover, of course. No different artwork or anything. It's just the same, but with a nice shiny slipcover. So it appears that Disney is no longer releasing the 3D editions here in North America. Yeah, if you want the 3D edition, you got to import it from across the pond. I don't know why. I guess the 3D editions just weren't selling particularly well here, or at least not up to their standards, whereas they continue to sell overseas, so they're continuing to offer them overseas. That's a trend that's been kind of starting with Disney for a few years now. I remember, I think it was Maleficent was the first major one that was 3D in the theaters. There was a 3D release overseas, but we only got the 2D version here. So don't know what to tell you. So if you want the 3D version, you gotta import it. Myself, it's nice to have, but I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. Main thing is just to have the movie in high def, and I'm good. All right, next up, speaking of 3D editions, so that covers our Marvel. This will cover our independent. Picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows 3D edition. Yeah. So this one, hold on a second. There we go. Yeah, again, same cover. But, yeah, I've actually heard a lot of good things about this one. Apparently, unlike the first one, which I did a 47-minute review/rant video about, this one actually apparently gets a lot of things right. Some of my friends have described it as essentially the 80s cartoon brought to life in live action. So yeah, apparently if you're a fan of the 80s cartoon, and I know a good chunk of you out there are, this is the big screen version of it apparently. So it's got it's got all your old favorite characters. It's got Bebop and Rocksteady. It's got Krang. It's got the Technodrome. I mean, it basically is the 80s cartoon turned into a live action CGI movie fest of doom. So yeah, haven't watched it yet. Looking forward to it. Love me some turtles. They still have the weird face designs, but I think I said this in my review of the first one, was the despite the visual, some of the caveats I had about the visual design, I felt that the characterization of the turtles was pretty spot on. Like, they did a nice job there. And I didn't mind the things about the costumes being made a little more distinctive to their individual personalities and whatnot. That's fine. It was more just the facial designs I felt looked weird. And also the fact that the turtles were so huge. But anyway, yeah, looking forward to checking that one out. And so we covered our Marvel. We covered our indie. We need some DC in the mix, I think, don't we? So how about Batman, Gotham by Gaslight? Yes, picked up the 4K edition because I don't think they had the regular Blu-ray edition when I picked it up, and I was like, whatever, I'll get the 4K, why not? Yeah, so might actually end up doing that with all of the DC Universe animated ones going forward, just because. I actually have the original graphic novel of this. I bought it way back in the day when it first came out, and I need to dig it out and give it a reread, because I like to do that when it's just kind of a short thing like that, or if it's something that I have before watching the movie adaptations. So, yeah, pretty cool. Basically, Batman in Victorian England hunting down Jack the Ripper. How can you go wrong? Pretty cool stuff. So, yeah, so it'd be nice to see what kind of an adaptation they did. I remember the original comic had art by Mike Mignola, who of course most of you will probably know from his Hellboy comics over the years. So the artwork has kind of a stylized look to it. I guess it was my introduction to his artwork. What the hell was that? Did you see like a flash of light there? UFOs out there or something. I don't know. Anyway, it was kind of my introduction to his artwork, and at the time, I don't think I appreciated it as much as I do now. At the time, I was more kind of leaning towards, I want artwork that looks more realistic. But I didn't sort of, I was still young and hadn't come to appreciate the beauty of different types of artwork and different types of art styles, and now I think it looks great. So things change with age and experience, But yeah. All right, so that covers all our major comic book genres there. See, I'm an equal opportunity fan. Honestly, I mean, I didn't even mean to have this particularly balanced. It just worked out that way. But people ask, are you more Marvel or DC? Honestly, I'm probably more Marvel, just because that's the stuff that resonated with me more growing up. Yet with DC, I love stuff like Green Arrow and Batman, of course, which also resonated with me growing up. So honestly, I enjoy both. I just enjoy good comics and good stories with interesting characters. I don't really care what company made them. I just want a good story, man. That's all there is to it. So whether it's Marvel, DC, or indie, it really makes no difference to me. Now, anime. I picked up the limited edition of Attack on Titan Season 2. Yes, I got the limited edition because it's cool and has some cool packaging and pack-ins. Plus, I also got the limited edition of Season 1 as well, so I wanted it to all kind of match up. Now, this is, of course, in a big honking box, whereas the original two-part release limited editions of Attack on Titan were not. They were just in, hold on, they just kind of had the books with the discs inside, and you get like an art book in the middle, which is quite nice. They also had like a lenticular version of the cover, which there's no way to attach it or anything, so I just kind of have it set aside. So we got that, and then this was part 2, which contained the latter half of the episodes. Very nice. So once again, get I think it's DVDs and Blu-rays. But yeah, so part 1 contained episodes 1 through 13 of Season 1. Part 2 contained episodes 14 through 25 of Season 2. And then Season 2, unfortunately, we waited so long for it, but it was a shorter season. It's only 12 episodes. So it has, they just continued the numbering. It's episodes 26 through 37. Now, if we slide this out here, as you can see, very sturdy box, very nice. Looks quite nice on the spine and the back. Just going to give you a quick look here because this is quite a nice addition. Then we have... what is it? We just got some stuff, basically just the info from the back, and we got a little thing about the new video game. And then we have this very nice art book. There we go. Just kind of take a little flip through it. So basically just some beautiful character pics and whatnot. And then, much like the others, we have this exact same style of book with, Blu-rays on one side, book in the middle. It's impossible to flip through this. There, random page. Oh, another random page. Anyway, and then DVDs. So I get Blu-rays and DVDs. However, if you have just the book out by itself, you can see, this is why I pulled out the other two. It actually lines up perfectly. So, there you go. Is that right? No, it's upside down. There you go. Lines up perfectly. Very nice. So, yeah, I have not watched Season 2 yet. I know some of the big reveals because jerks on the internet spoiled things for me a while back. But, that said, whatever. I'm looking forward to actually seeing how things unfold. I mean, it's one thing to have things spoiled for you, which is, of course, annoying. But, it can be not. I mean, you try to ruin things for people, but it sometimes doesn't really, because it's not necessarily about what the reveal is, but more about what leads up to it. What are the events that transpire that get us to that point? So we're just going to slide this in the middle here. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So even though some things were blown for me, like literally years ago, as to what some of the big season 2 reveals were going to be, I'm still looking forward to seeing how that unfolds, like how things come to occur. It's just such a fun series. It's really, really a very different kind of end of the world story, and I'm really enjoying it immensely. So, yeah, good stuff. Attack on Titan, thumbs up. I really need to pick up the mangas one of these days, because I see them. I mean, they've got all of them at the local comic shop. It's just a matter of, I guess, finding the time and the cash to buy all of them. There's like 20 volumes or something of regular standard size manga. You can get collected editions of several volumes, but I'd probably just go for the individual volumes, kind of go from there. I also like the fact that they decided to wait a little bit for the manga to get ahead again before they did season 2, because they didn't want to just stack things with filler episodes. But that said, the manga does have some like side stories and whatnot that they could also delve into. Like there's some prequel stories and whatnot. They did do a series of Attack on Titan Junior High, which is kind of a self-parody series, and that is available here. I'm probably going to pick that up at some point, just because it looks kind of cheesy and funny, very tongue-in-cheek. It's basically where all of the main characters and the Titan characters are all in junior high school together. So it's like, huh? It just seems so bizarre and off the wall and strange. But it's they do that fairly often in Japan. Like I remember in what was it with Gundam? They did SD Gundam, short for Super Deformed Gundam, which is the sort of genre that the short chibi like characters. But there was something else. It was like Super Dimension Gundam or something. I don't know. There was a few different things that the SD stood for, but it was the same kind of thing. It was kind of a parody, but also had its own like engaging, in-depth storyline to it. So I'm kind of curious to see if Attack on Titan Junior High is kind of like that as well. Sort of like very, tongue firmly planted in cheek parodies for fans of the regular series, while at the same time having its own kind of thing. Anyway, I've talked about that way too much. So that's this week's update. Basically, got some comic book movies and a nice addition to the anime collection. So, yeah, lots of good stuff to enjoy this week. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So big thanks to you for watching. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors, and I'll see you next time. Until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara. There's a slight curvature to the palms of my hands, so it creates like a suction cup effect. Hey! Fun times!